about a subject pertaining again still to weight loss and getting healthy. Um, as those who know me know, right now my father is dealing with some very major issues as far as lymphedema, infections in his legs, and it has created a debilitating situation for him. And as the firstborn, uh, and a little type A, I've set it on my mission to help be my father's caregiver. So, in the process of that, I've been doing some research and I've learned a new word. Looking up lymphedema, and that's lymphedema, I ran across a new word, and that is lymphedema. And the more I looked at it, the more I thought, oh my God, that's me. There's pictures. Now, so far on the videos, I have shown from here up. And there's a reason. If you've gone to my Facebook posts, my personal Facebook page, which is easy, it's Condi Starks at Facebook or whatever. Anyway, you'll see pictures of me on my motorcycle vacation with some biker friends. And there's a picture of my full body picture, and I looked at it and I just shook my head. Now, as I've said before, I am not a fat girl telling everyone how to lose weight, sort of. What I am is sharing what I'm learning, and hopefully together we can find health. Doing these research and videos motivates me in the morning. It sets my focus during the day. And my hope is maybe it can help motivate others as well. You know, it's actually, I am taking you on my journey. I'm not being the hypocrite. At least I hope you guys realize I'm not being a hypocrite. I am still obese and I'm working on it. And I'm sharing my journey with weight loss, getting healthy, what I've learned with you guys. So this is my new thing I've learned. What if it's not your fault? I was on my first diet at 10 years old. Interesting. What happens at 10 years old? Puberty. No big deal. A lot of people gain weight at puberty. That's part of the body getting you ready to make babies. That's what I believe. That's what I knew. But I gained a lot of weight. If I can get my courage up, I will move the camera to show different areas of my body to show what I'm talking about. But let me give you an idea what lipedema is that I've learned in just the last couple of days, because watching videos, YouTube videos on lymphatic massages and wraps that I am helping the occupational therapist do with my father, I decide, my father deserves the best. He has always given us his best, and he deserves for us to give him our best. So in the process, I have been just a sponge, just soaking in everything I can learn about lymphedema, the wraps, the massages, so that I can give him the best. And then I learned about lipedema and the same teachings. What lipedema is a disproportionate, it's actually a disease or a disorder, bona fide, not just an excuse. Disproportionate deposition of fat. Easy enough, right? I have often said I've been jealous of other overweight people because of how they store their fat. They can wear things like boots and they can find clothes that fit them. Even before I decided never to be seen in a swimsuit again when I was young, I would always fit a two-piece swimming suit better. I was the one who would switch the sizes. So if you go to a rack and you find a swimming suit and the top fits but the bottom doesn't, it's probably my fault because I probably went and got the bigger bottoms to go with the smaller top because otherwise it didn't fit. To get something to fit my top, they were too big or too small on my bottom. Fit my bottom was too big on the top. That's why I couldn't really wear one pieces very well because, dresses, finding dresses that fit were next to impossible because again, in order for them to fit my top, they were too tight on my hips and butt, or if they fit my hips and butt, falling off my shoulders and saggy in the chest area and just sloppy looking. So I would do jeans and a shirt, slacks and a shirt, skirts and a shirt, because then I could do the bottom bigger. Okay. I always just thought that's no big deal. The typical pear shape. And for a long time, I kind of learned maybe I'm lucky that I had the pear shape because they discovered that the round body shape and the apple shape, they play harder ball with your blood sugars, your hearts, your all this metabolic stuff. Years ago, I went to a doctor and he did all this blood workup on me. A1C, lipopanels, I mean, the whole shebang. And he came in to the office to read me my results, or riot act, whichever you want to call it. And he said, the downside or the upside to you and your body shape, and that's what he called it, body shape, and the way you store fat, is you're not going to be the one to die of a stroke. You're not going to be the one to die of a heart disease, and you're not going to be one to die of any metabolic problems. Oh, that's good. He says people take medication to have blood pressure and lipopanels as good as yours. He says, I take medication to have cholesterol that's close to yours. He says 19-year-olds are coming in with blood work that doesn't look as good as yours. I'm like, oh, that's encouraging. Yay, that's good news. And then he comes up with, but the bad news is everything you eat is going to go right to your hips and butt. And he said a word, but being young and dumb, I didn't remember it. But I'm wondering if maybe this was a word. Because I mean, I'm focusing on, yay, I'm not going to have a heart attack. And I didn't want to hear the rest. He says, you're going to be the one who'll probably end up in a wheelchair. You're going to be the one that's going to have feet problems, knee problems, back problems, and hip problems. You're going to be the one who has a very low chance of losing this weight. Nobody in their early 30s wants to hear that. He put me on, he didn't put me on medication at that point. No. He just says that's basically, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sugar. There's just nothing we can do. I was ticked because, sure, there's always something you can do. I'm not dying. Didn't you say I'm not dying? I was 200, upper 200s, maybe low 300 pounds. My early 30s. Yeah, that's. He said, that point, the only way you're going to get any kind of weight off is surgery. But unfortunately, because you don't have a comorbidity, blah, here I am doing videos and I can't even speak. He says insurance won't pay for it. And it's expensive. And it totally redoes your stomach, your intestines, your gut, your everything. And at the time, the only real option was gastric bypass. And he went into the risks of it. He says, but in my opinion, it's the only way you're ever going to lose any weight based on your panels. He said, if you decide to go that route, let me know, and I'll do whatever I can to convince the insurance company to pay for it. Well, I sat on that for a long time, and I did some research and looking into it, and I'm like, well, maybe that might be an option because I'm young. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I had children at that time. Now I have grandchildren, and I want to spend life with them. I want to have a quality of life with them. So I did some checking. In the meantime, I'm making fun of myself. I'm dying on the inside. I'm torn on the inside. I'm heartbroken. But on the outside, I'm having fun with this. I'm the big joke, the life of the party. Make fun of yourself first before someone else does, you know. Let's get the fat jokes out of the way. And that way, if someone that's not fat comes up with something, you're like, yeah, been there, done that. Come up with the material first. Come on. Get a life. Worry about your own self. Because I've already made a joke about it. Inside, I'm dying. He did put me on Prozac. He had to. I couldn't quit crying. So, but he didn't. I don't remember if he said the word lipedema at that visit because I didn't write it down. It was a long time ago, and really, there's not a lot of information about it at that point. It's fairly new that they're coming up with something. You know, it affects at this point 11% of all women. It is such a major thing that what is the degrading term they call women? Broads. Why broads? Because of their hips, their butts. It's a disorder. It's a disease. Quit it. It's a disease that does not respond to diet and exercise. Tag, guess what? Maybe it's not your fault. In 2009, I had weight loss surgery. I lost. Well, I was a year before seeing the weight loss doctor. I started walking. I'd walk about my painful. Oh my God. With plantar fasciitis in your feet. And every time you step, it feels like somebody is cutting that tendon at the bottom of your feet. And I would walk a mile a day with that. Don't flip and tell me I'm lazy. Don't tell me I didn't want it. Knees, when you're putting that much weight on your knees, it hurts. And I was trying. Do not assume that because someone is big, they're sitting in front of their couch eating Doritos and bonbons all day long. They're not. Their heart is broken. They're trying. There's things going on. Yes, it has to start in your head. Your brain, your emotions, and your attitude has got to play key because that is going to be the power to get the things changed that needs to change. Okay? I'm not discrediting those three things because they are the most important thing that you need to change: your brain, your attitude, and your emotion. That's it. And once you get those changed, things will start being easier to change. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. It's not your fault. I had weight loss surgery. Well, no, before the weight loss surgery, let's go back. So I stepped on a doctor's scales one time and it was like 385, 390 around there. And when you're that big, it's gonna weigh you right, it's gonna weigh you wrong. Who knows how good the scales were. So I tell people I was almost 4 pounds. When you're talking 385, 390, to say you're almost 400 pounds is not a lie, it's not over exaggerating, it's right there. And I would walk it. And I finally decided this isn't working. I'm not losing anything except from, the only thing I'm gaining is more pounds or more pain, more misery. My back was hurting, my feet were hurting, my knees were hurting, my hips were hurting, my shoulder, my elbow, everything hurt. I was disappointed, I was disgusted, I was sick. So I went to Oklahoma and I visited a weight loss surgeon. And I did it. I had gastric sleeve surgery. By the time I got there, I was down to 365, 366. So in a year of walking, of doing everything that I was supposed to do, occasionally I'd have some sugar, occasionally I'd have some chips, occasionally, but I told my doctor one time, I said, I would put the health benefits of my diet above anybody else's. Whole grains. I've learned a lot since then too. Fruits, vegetables, easy. Everything that the whole sad diet told you to do, I was doing. Tried FinFin. That didn't go so well. Jacked up my short-term memory. No good. Then tried another diet pill. Doctor put me on. First month, okay, I lost 10 pounds. Next month, I lost 6. Month after that, I gained 2. I was doing everything he said and I was taking the pills. After losing the weight, and I lost from 360, about 366 pounds, to the pre-op diet and the surgery, I lost down to 200 pounds. At 200 pounds, I felt like I had a leash on life, but the thing is, I still was strange to try to find clothes that fit. I had chaps for my motorcycle that I would wear, leather chaps. And in order to get them to fit around my thighs, they were a 4X. It made me sick to my stomach. Because why did I go through all of that and still need a 4X chaps to go around my hips and my thighs? Now, my vest was a men's small, but my chaps were a 4X. got off my bike one day. We were fueling coming back from Arkansas. I had my size 16 jeans on and my 4X chaps. And JR comes up and stands behind me. And he says, "You need to do something about that." And I went, "What?" And I reached back and I had 3 inches of butt crack showing. Yeah, because the gap in my pants, you know what causes that gap? You have a bigger butt than you have a waist. I've 4 babies. I have a little stomach now because, well, I've gained so much weight back. And contrary to what I'm saying here, it doesn't only go in the hips and thighs and upper arms. So yeah, I do have a little bit of a tummy, but in proportion to my hips and my thighs and my upper arms, the stomach's really not that big. And my mom made a comment one time. She says, "I don't understand, Condi. I'm a little jealous. How come you can have 4 babies and have no tummy?" And here I was the one at the time being jealous because she could wear these cute boots and I can't. So these last few days, I've been hearing about lipedema. And I've been wondering, what if it's not my fault? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I control what goes in my mouth. But what if once it goes in my mouth, my body just flat disbehaves with it? Here's another thing that I've been watching and learning. When I first started, I Googled it. Doctors, experts, they're all saying there's nothing can be done. Unfortunately, the only way to fix lipedema is liposuction surgery, and it's a specific type of liposuction. And I thought, I'm not going to do that either. It, it would be, I'm not going to say I won't do it, but there was a little bit of disheartenment there. So I can't believe that surgery is the only fix, especially with something you haven't. I mean, yeah, so broad has been tagged to women, you know, and we have cool songs, the Badonky Donk, and I like big butts, I cannot lie. You know, my joke has always been, I made men rich and famous because a butt like mine, they wrote songs about. But in all reality, it hurts. It really does. Not that they hurt our feeling, they my feelings when I sing it. That doesn't. I'm talking physical hurt, pain, legs, knees, hips, back. And another one that I couldn't figure out what was going on with me that they brought up is bruising. There are times I look like a battered woman. My dog Linda jumped in my lap and it hurts. And I cry out, it's like, God, that hurts. Because it's painful. And I bruise so easy. That's something else that I learned about in these last few days. I'm like, oh, it's all tying together. Oh, it's making sense. But here I am with the keto diet. I'm finding, okay, so diet and exercise doesn't work is the initial proclamation of the experts. And then I'm finding videos of women taking pictures before and after they're on the keto diet. And that seems to be working. And one of the reasons is the ketogenic diet is a very anti-inflammatory diet. And it helps to reduce the swelling and increase the fluid movements in the body. And you're burning fat for fuel. And honey, I got a lot of fat. So anyway, I said at the beginning that I was going to get up some courage to show more myself than just my shoulders and my face. And to be honest with you, when I've been doing these videos, I've been doing the shoulders and face on purpose because there's a certain level of shame attached to everything below the shoulders. Like I said, I don't want to look like a hypocrite, a fat girl telling other people how to lose weight. This is a journey, and I'm taking anyone on my journey who wants to go. I am sharing with you my struggles, my successes, what I've learned, what I've unlearned, and hopefully I can stay motivated and help motivate others. I am a firm believer. I am passionately a firm believer in the ketogenic diet. I give the fact that I am no longer having to take any antidepressants. I give that credit to the ketogenic diet and its anti-inflammatory qualities. I give credit to the fact that I no longer have to take antacids, Nexium, every day. I give that credit to the ketogenic diet. I give the fact it's so flippin' easy to follow. People don't understand that. They think it'll be difficult because how do you live without breads and potatoes and pasta? What do you eat? Oh, I eat good food. I eat delicious food. I eat steak. Last night I had steak for supper. And then I decided, yeah, I really wanted some more. I had a little bit of steak and I eat what I want. And I listen to my body. My body says, okay, this steak condy tastes good, but there's something you need. So after I visited my son and daughter-in-law and my little grandbaby, I went by Subway and I got a salad. A couple bites of that, boom. That's exactly what, right there at that time, my body wanted some spinach. Gave it to it. I went to bed happy, contented, satisfied. I woke up this morning. I slept good. I woke up this morning. I had a few more pieces or a few more bites of the steak. I'm satisfied. I am good. I probably might eat lunch today. I might skip it. Who knows? Depends on if I get hungry. If I get hungry, I eat. If I'm not, I don't. How is that bad? So, anyway, okay. Courage. Let's show my body. Bear with me because I'm just going to tell you, it's not going to be easy. Now, for the positive to make this easier for me is knowing that I only have a few people watching the video, and most of them are and they're all my friends and family. So, but still. All right, let's start. Let's stand up here. The arms, the upper arms. Yes, I have jokingly and semi-lovingly refer to them as my bat wings. There are people that weigh more than I do that doesn't have quite that amount of arm. I've made jokes about it. People ask, so are you going to have surgery on your arms? It's the first time I lost weight. And I said, no, I don't think so because, you know, one of these days I'll fly away and I need some good wings to get me there. Basically, I was scared and a little embarrassed about the question. So I made a joke out of it. Okay, moving down. Let's see if I can do this. Maybe if I turn my phone, what do you think? Let's see. Did that work? No. This says rotate device. Okay. So as you'll see, when I pull my shirt back, I really have a defined waist, but check out. Oh, I don't know if I can do it very well. The thighs, the butt. Look at that butt. That's it. Can you see it? I don't know. Thighs. Look at that. See it? On down. Cankles, baby. Oh, yeah. Thighs. Look at that. No, I mean, how much belly, really? Ugly stretch marks for babies. Love my stretch marks because I got beautiful babies out of the deal. But really, reality, that's not so bad for being 300 pounds. The weight is in my butt, my hips, my thighs, my calves, my upper arms. And the word of the day is lipedema. The occupational therapist, we were talking, and she says, can I showed her, I rolled my pant legs up and showed it to her. I said, is this lymphedema too? The problem, or the question is, why would I think that? It's in both legs, and that's one of the things they look at. And she goes, oh, sweetheart, can I touch? The bottom part of my legs, between my calves and my ankles, has gotten hard, almost fibrous. I don't have a lot of swelling in my ankles now because guess what? The skin doesn't move as much. The problem with that is it's a higher risk for infection. Cellulitis. So, is it discouraging? No. Because there's, in my opinion, there can't be discouragement in the light of knowledge. Because if you know what you're dealing with, you know how to deal with it. I've said before, I can win the game if I know what the playing field is. Now I know. Now I know why I've struggled. I mean, even on the keto diet, I've commented, I don't understand. I have lost 2 jean sizes. And these pants that I have on now are the second size down, and they're starting to get loose. By the end of the day, I'm going to have to be pulling them up all day long. It's ridiculous. But the scales aren't moving. And I couldn't understand why. Why are the scales not moving in accordance with my jean size? That's part of the reason why I stopped weighing. When I weighed the other day, I'm still just 25 pounds down from where I started in May. But my clothes are getting smaller. They're getting too big on me, and I'm having to buy smaller sizes. The fat that's under the skin is like a light, fluffy fat. You can lose the fluid out of that, and your size goes down. There's really not a lot of gravital pull, which is all the scales measure, right? As far as poundage goes, it's not as much. That's what they keep saying. Muscle weighs more than fat. You're probably gaining muscle, losing fat. Well, not at this point. Not at this point. I am losing density in the fat cells. I believe that because I can feel it in my clothes. The scales, however, aren't moving as fast as I would like. But then you ask yourself, what's important about what the scales say? Well, that's what the doctor measures you with, so okay. But there are so many other markers. One of my father's therapists, when he was in rehab, is on keto diet, and she told me, don't weigh, measure. Well, I didn't, because I didn't want to know. I knew I'd be sick if I knew exactly how big my thighs were. Now I regret that I didn't, because I'd like to start measuring inches. Could it be that I'm losing the fluid and stuff out of those fat cells that's under the skin, those big fluffy, rolly fat cells? And I'm not talking that deep fat that affects the liver and the pancreas. I'm not talking about that fat. I'm talking about the stuff that's right under the skin. What happens with that fat? The reason it's important to lose it, the reason there's so much pain involved, is because that fat under the skin, when it's big and fluffy, presses against the capillaries in your skin. Bruising, pain on your skin, uh, cellulitis, discoloration. I mean, from I will probably never be comfortable in shorts if someone's seeing me other than people that just love me for what's on the inside. Um, it also affects your skeletal. I have some lower back pain because of my butt shelf. Seriously, you could set a tea service on my butt. Um, it affects it. Affects the way you stand because now your butt's sticking out, and it affects your spine. And I have some lower back pain. Um, the way the thighs are larger. If you look at someone with larger thighs and look at their lower legs, they stick out. So you have your thighs together. I see if I can, I could, if I had a cradle to hold my phone, I could show you better. But look at a picture. Their thighs are together, and then they hit their knees, and then their lower part of their legs go out. That causes pressure on the knees because your knees aren't lined up the way they're supposed to be. And then because of that, your feet are not sitting flat. They're kind of curved in because that's the angle you're. So now you have pain in your ankles and your feet. You waddle. You hurt. And people that don't understand will assume it's because you just aren't doing it. You just aren't eating healthy. You just aren't being healthy. You're lazy. Oh my God, I would just want to bitch slap anyone who calls me lazy from now on. My doctor, I've got a young doctor, and I'm trying to get him educated. He keeps asking me, go out, walk, go walk. How much did you walk? It hurts. I don't. Yes, I understand the health benefits. For someone whose feet and legs are lined up, I have started doing chair exercises to get the pressure off the knees and the feet. I've been doing some lymphatic movement type exercises, ankle pumps and toes and stuff. I've been doing a lot more stretches. I do some marching in place. So I've been trying to get more movement into my day as far as to go out and just walk down the street. Someone who doesn't have this pain really has no idea how torturous just going for a walk can be. Now, since following the ketogenic diet, inflammation's going down, my energy's coming up, and I'm doing so much more just life movements. Mowing my grass, cleaning my house, although right now, you'd never know I mow my grass. A little behind. Helping my brother with some work that he wants done that he doesn't like doing, so he pays me to do it. No big deal. I don't mind it. Caregiver for my father, helping my mom do things. It's a daily. Before May, I could have done it. Did I join gym? No, no. I looked at it. I didn't like the way they wanted compensated. Right now, when I lost my businesses, I really just screwed my whole checking everything up. So I don't want any automatic debits or anything out. So I just said, no, I don't need it. So that's my today. And I know I kind of rambled a bit. And I apologize for the fact that the video, the trying to get pictures of my legs and stuff, it probably wasn't real good. I don't know. I'll look at it on TV. It's probably embarrassingly bad. But you get the point. Baby's got back. That's me. They wrote songs about it. I mean, yeah, when you get as big as I am, you are going to have some tummy and you are going to have some fat days. You know, you're going to have, but we're talking disproportionate here. And we're talking stubborn. And we're talking even when you do something drastic like weight loss surgery, your butt and your hips and your thighs don't go away. After losing about 200 pounds, I should have been able to wear boots. I can't wear them. I did find some that I'm going to look into that tie at the top, but in reality, I doubt. And the crazy thing is, I've never really been able to wear them because my calves can't get them on. So, it's just, that's life, baby. And maybe it's time to realize it's not my fault. not excusing it away. Just not gonna be mad at myself about it anymore. Just get as healthy as I can get and love me for me. And so far, I'm finding that the best way to do that is with the ketogenic diet. And honestly, I don't even like to call it diet, call it lifestyle. How about the new one that I'm seeing people refer to it? It's just WOE, way of eating. That's all it is. It's just a way of eating. That's why I eat. You know, I talk to someone who's a vegan and they don't have a goal. That's just the way they eat. I'm not stopping if I ever do get down to a low weight, I am not going to stop just because I hit a certain weight. This isn't a diet. It's my life. And I love every minute of it. So, anyway, with that said, I will let you go. Have a great day, and I love you all. Bye bye. Oh, subscribe, please. I'd love to get some subscriptions on here. So, not that I'm looking for any type of monetary compensation. I know better than that. But it would be good to know that if I'm helping other people be motivated like I am. Anyway, love you. Have a good one. Bye bye.